gave a parable. Can we listen to that parable? Matthew, your growth in life is at the mercy of your capacity. Now look at me. If you don't have capacity to pastor 400 people, God will not give them to you. They will kill you. If you don't have the capacity, now, sir, there are people here, sir. From now till they die, they will never have 1 million Ghana cedis because they don't have the capacity to hold 1 million Ghana cedis. They have not built that capacity for it. Matthew 25. They have not built capacity for it. Church, I want you to understand the message I'm preaching today. You need to build capacity. You need to build. You know, one of my sons, he had issues in ministry that has to do with women and all that. And all the women, they had big back.
Jesus.
And there were some of the things I had to come in and then go and talk to the family and deal with the issue. Then 6 months down the line, he came to me and said, Daddy, right now, there is no scandal. There's nothing happening again. I said, what fuels your temptation is no longer there. You are attracted to women that have big back. Now, there is no big back in your church. So you can say that there is no temptation. But if I carry you and put you in a flight, and I take you to South Africa and you meet women whose back is like speaker, if you can be sustained for 6 months, then I can tell you categorically that you have built capacity beyond that point. Church, build your spiritual capacity. I was telling my sons when last time, Saturday, I was telling them when I had a meeting with them, I had a service with them, I told them, don't think that the people you are preaching to are fools. The people you are preaching to, some of them hear God. Some of them, God speaks to them. So if you don't build your capacity, very soon you'll be irrelevant. Now, listen to me. Let's even use 2023 for 1 whole year. Out of that 1 whole year, let's take 1 month out. Let's take 1 month out. Because in that year, I don't know who came here. Who are the people who preach? But I know Bishop Adongo came here. I had traveled on several locations. So let's even assume that for 2 months, I've not been preaching. The 10 months that I have preached 2023, I have not repeated the same message. I have preached different messages, and the messages were not photocopied from anywhere. How did I get the messages? I had to build capacity for it. Look at someone and say capacity. And it looks like my introduction is very wrong because I'm talking about spiritual capacity. Now, for instance, let's say you are a caterer. Let's say you are a caterer. The way they were doing catering 20 years ago is not the same way they are doing catering now. Do you know that? Yeah, the same they were doing catering 20 years ago is not the same way they are doing catering now. Right now, you cannot go and look for clay and do something round and put gauze on it and say you are smoking fish in your house. But there are gadgets that you can use to smoke fish. So if you don't build your capacity in that area, you become colo. Are you here? Are you here? Now, 20 years ago, the hair you are carrying was not there. Now, even the makeup you are applying, it changes. So, you need to build capacity as time changes. Otherwise, you'll be ignorant. You'll be out of circulation. For instance, some years ago, when there is a problem with a car, a mechanic must go under the car, put his head in the car. It has changed. Now, when you take a car to a mechanic, there are machines that can just pick the car and determine the fault of the car. So if you are a mechanic and you don't build capacity, you'll be irrelevant. You'll be in an alajo corner somewhere. Because you have refused to build capacity. And there are people sitting here, it's a new year, they don't have any priorities, they don't have any ambition to build capacity in a particular way. Why do I go to school? Huh? You know, a lawyer asked me one day, you are a prophet, you are prophesying. Huh? Why do you have 2 charters and you are going to charter the 3rd one? I told the person, I'm building capacity. I'm building capacity. And one day, if God gives me my own ministry and I start my own ministry, the capacity I build will attract that caliber of people. Because deep collect unto deep. You know, there are people who, the things they were taught in school, how to mix cake, the recipe they were taught is the only recipe they know. They don't sit down and build capacity by practicing, putting things together to develop their own recipe. What they know is what they have known. Fufu pounding is like this. So if my wife doesn't pound it like that, there's trouble. You see, you have a problem. I like the way the whole place is quiet. I like the way the whole place is quiet. I'm not coming to tell you that tomorrow I'll finish preaching, I'll pray for people, I'll talk to people when I'm led. But sir, you need to build capacity. Look at someone and say, build capacity. Yeah, build capacity. Look at someone and say, build capacity. You need to build capacity. You need to build capacity. And there are various crises of categories of capacities. We have intellectual capacity. We have intellectual capacity. We have mental capacity. We are building emotional capacity. When you don't build capacity, emotion, you become a thorn in the flesh for somebody's son. I called you, you didn't pick. Where are you? Send me a Google map of where you are. I saw a video of a guy who didn't call the girlfriend and fell asleep. At the time he woke up, he has the girlfriend has called him 100 and something times. He jumped from the bed and said, I'm dead. When you don't have emotional capacity, then you say, don't call me again. Bah! You block the guy. For 3 days, the guy has not called. Then you now unblock him and call him. So you have decided not to call me here. That the guy will say, oh, but you have blocked me everywhere.